Mr. Monk's Last Case. A Monk movie left the door open for the story to continue, but the best way to do it would be with a sequel rather than a TV show reboot. Given how many reboots and sequels to beloved shows from the past there had been in the last few years, it was only a matter of time before Monk returned somehow. One of the most popular detective shows of the 2000s, Monk ran for 8 seasons and concluded in 2009. Perhaps the biggest reason Monk needed to return, either with a new series or a movie, was the chance to learn how Adrian fared during the COVID-19 pandemic. Monk dealing with COVID was a story opportunity that just couldn't be missed, and it wasn't. Not only did the Monk cast get back together for a 4-minute web episode in which Adrian's friends checked up on him on a web call, but the Monk film featured flashbacks set during the pandemic. Mr. Monk's Last Case already delivered everything Monk fans had been waiting for, which is why we don't necessarily need a revival. A Monk TV show reboot would have to reverse everyone's character arcs. A Monk revival would have to justify Monk and the others working on new cases. Monk ended on a high note after 8 great seasons, meaning that the show has a legacy to keep. Bringing Monk back for a film was arguably the best way to revisit that character, even more so considering that Adrian got a happy ending in the original show. Naturally, for Mr. Monk's Last Case to work, Adrian would have to be in a difficult moment of his life. It made sense for Monk to be once again struggling with OCD and depression due to everything that was happening around him, which would be difficult to replicate in a new show. A Monk revival with several episodes per season would risk ruining Monk's character development and reversing the character to the way he was before the end of the original show. While Mr. Monk's Last Case was a quite dark film due to the themes it dealt with, it ended on a positive note as Monk decided not to take his own life after remembering how many he had helped and could still help. That's not to mention how all other Monk characters are now in different stages of their lives with new jobs and families. A Mr. Monk's Last Case sequel would be the best way to revisit Adrian. Monk deserves the psych treatment with multiple movies. Custom image of Monk and Natalie in Mr. Monk's Last Case. Custom image by Yida Chacon. The fact that Natalie is no longer working for Monk and is living in a different city is just one of the reasons why a Monk TV show revival would be a bad idea. A new show would have to justify why characters like Natalie, Leland, and Randy are suddenly back at solving crimes alongside Monk, not just for one case but for several episodes. This is why, should there be another Monk reunion, it should be a movie sequel to Mr. Monk's Last Case. The cast and creatives behind Mr. Monk's Last Case, a Monk movie, haven't ruled out a sequel despite the title of the film, but nothing has been confirmed so far. If Monk never returns in any form, it's good that the film had a happy ending that celebrated all the cases Adrian had solved. Still, seeing an older Monk solving a couple more cases in new films would be a lot of fun.